Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Aperon, Tuala, Simf, Secuna, Red Circle Global, Maroon Studios, and Aim High. Check out our partners in the description. Welcome sa Startup Podcast PH, inspiring more Filipino entrepreneurs and innovators. Live tayo ngayon dito sa Step Up TBI in Sultan Kudarat State University in Tacloban City to interview businesses here. We have Studentship, empowering Filipino learners through technology-enabled education. And we have the founder, Chris Tony Go. Hello, Ton. Kamusta?
Hi, sir. Thank you very much for having us. Okay naman po.
Kamusta naman dito sa Tacloban? But you're from Isulan, no? Which is a few minutes away lang naman dito. Isulan is like the capital of Sultan Kudarat.
Yes, capital town of Sultan
Capital
Kudarat.
town. And Tacloban is like the city.
Yes, the Seoul
here.
city.
And I've heard na you operated in Manila or you based in Manila also, but you're operating now si Studentship dito sa Sultan Kudarat. Is that right?
Actually, we started talaga here.
Okay.
Pero the idea was firstly incubated when I was still studying there. Tapos, after graduation, implement ko siya sa hometown, yun nga, sa Isulan.
Okay, I see.
And then, after a few years, in-incubate din natin siya under Miriam College TBI. And now
Shout
we
out.
are, hi MCTBI. And now, we're in close connection din po with the startup ecosystem here, especially with Step Up
Step Up
TBI.
TBI. Shout out. Andito tayo ngayon.
Yes.
But ayun, Tono, so ano nga ba si Studentship?
Yes, so Studentship.ph, we particularly design, develop, and produce technology-enabled learning programs. We are a social enterprise, and our mission is to bridge the digital divide and address educational equity in the Philippines. So, due to our mission of serving underserved areas in the country, we are proudly based dito nga po sa Isulan, Sultan Kudarat.
So basically, you want to expand education and learning sa mga medyo mahirap maabot na mga lugar somehow.
Exactly.
Or maybe inaccessible because of kailangan magbayad ng tuition, ganyan. So
partly yes. Actually, the idea po talaga started doon. No? Yun yung original talaga na idea. Having seen that the learning opportunities are mostly concentrated in big cities such as Metro Manila, no? And at most, yung mga learning opportunities na usually offered in the provinces is yung mga traditional tutorial centers. So if you visit Manila, of course, andyan yung big universities, mga museums, mga state-of-the-art na mga like yung Mind Museum, diba?
Sa BGC.
Sa BGC. So, it would have been nice if the students also in the provinces would also experience yung mga ganon. So, yung original po talaga na design and yung purpose is to bridge kung ano man yung na-experience ng mga counterparts ng students in the big cities and even abroad dito sa provinces. And then later on, we realized na yung mission namin is in line din dun sa mga educational problems talaga that we're facing right now, like yung mga results ng PISA and then many other mga problems na na-identify ni DepEd. Kaya ngayon po, we have evolved from that idea into much more relevant na talaga na purpose. Kaya ngayon, we are in close partnership also, in official partnership with the Department of Education.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So basically, parang, well, in a nutshell, you want to uplift the education level here, no? And since you lived in Manila din, no? So parang, maybe you want to bring like, kasi as you said nga, no, nagko-converge sa mga metro cities yung education opportunities. So you want like, hopefully, we have kind of like the same level or just the same opportunities dito sa no. But when you say technology-based education, what does that mean lang muna?
Right. So our programs are blended learning programs. So meron siyang dalawang component, no? Si digital component and si hands-on component. So we have our own learning management system that the students access. And doon nila natututunan yung mga lessons. So the teachers use it to supplement and complement yung kanila din mga ginagawa within their schools.
So this is correct me if I'm wrong, this is a supplement, right? Or parang ginagamit rin siya
by the schools, by the teachers?
Based on our agreement with DepEd, it's really at the discretion of the implementing school.
Okay.
Kasi meron naman ng go signal din na pwedeng integrate talaga in the classroom, and then pwede din naman na supplementary lang siya. But nevertheless, we train the teachers on how to best utilize the learning program. And at the end of the day, we let them decide kung sa tingin nila sa anong paraan, sa anong strategy pinakamagandang implement yung program namin kasama yung curriculum na rin na ini-implement nila sa school.
Yes, kasi may curriculum by DepEd, ano?
Yes.
So, but parang beyond that, you also want to uplift the level pa na by providing these tools nga, ano?
Yes.
Siguro just to get a picture lang, ano exactly yung parang more that you bring through studentship?
Alright. Actually, twofold kasi yung benefits na nakakukuha ng school, no? The first is we help the schools in undergoing digital transformation. Kasi 'di ba nga, we are advocating now na magkaroon ng 21st century learning among our students. But the resources that the schools, especially the public schools, have right now, medyo limited pa, no, for them to implement these kinds of programs. Kaya what we do is we offer actually the program for free. No? The students and the teachers access our platform all for free all throughout the school year. So kompleto na po yun. Mayroong pre-test, mayroong video lessons, formative assessments, summative assessments. Complete package na siya. No? So yun yung first. The second is, balik tayo dun sa original na goal na yung mga students na hindi necessarily nakakapag-avail ng mga itong learning opportunities, ngayon, abot kamay na nila through the use of their mobile devices. So mas na-experience na nila ngayon yung mga bagay na yung mga counterparts nila in the cities get to experience also.
Yes, I think I understand now, ano. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, pero but like yung pinaka-main problem that you're solving for the education system in provinces. Kasi, kunwari, narinig ko kasi, sometimes sa ibang school, they have chemistry lessons, they have physics lessons, they have laboratory lessons, pero they don't have the lab itself, ano, or parang they don't see what really happens. So, you are providing resources na digital, maybe video, ganyan, for them to actually, kumbaga para ma-enhance pa yung learning. Kasi, may curriculum na si DepEd, ano? May science, may math, may history, etc. Pero parang sometimes, yung mga ibang schools, limited yung kanilang resources.
Yes.
So, you actually provide better resources for the teachers para better yung magiging learning ng mga students. Tama ba yun na parang yun yung pinaka-problem that you're solving here?
Yes. Bale, combination kasi yun. Right now, we're only catering grade 4 to grade 6. No?
Okay.
Pero primarily science talaga.
Science.
So that's why yung flagship, although yung platform namin is called studentship.ph, yung program talaga is, yung flagship program namin is called Young Scientists Enrichment Program, or YSEP.
Kabuhay ang mga Pinoy scientists.
Yes. So, bale, actually po, we developed this program with the help of Miss Winona Diola. She's our academic director, who is based teaching in De La Salle, Santiago, Isabel. Tama yung sinabi nyo kanina. So, para in a nutshell, parang ang ginagawa namin, kasi way back 2017 or 2018, nag-meet kami ni Ma'am Winnie. She was gracious enough to visit me at mag-ocular at mag-observe doon sa school nila, no? So parang ginawa namin ni Ma'am Winnie kasi she is also the heart for public school students and she's also the 2016 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Teacher. Kaya nung sinabi ko sa kanya yung ganito, very excited siya. So parang ginawa namin is kinda yung mga ginagawa nila sa Lasal, parang ginagawa namin ng version na pwedeng i-implement sa public schools.
That's good. Good.
So yung resources na nagagamit ng schools is dalawa siya, digital, and also meron din kaming hands-on component kasi blended learning siya. Sa si digital, yung ina-access nila sa phone, and then yung sa hands-on naman, we have a team of teacher facilitators who visit the school, and in partnership with the PTA, with the teachers, ini-implement namin yung program.
Paano yung mga materials, like yung, kunwari kung science nga, di ba, yung mga mismong kits, yung mga mismong experiments. So, they also provide?
May dala kami.
Oh.
Even the laboratory gown, may dala din kami.
Wow. Yun na yun actually. Yan na yan yung But I think it's better to come from you, you studied ba in Isulan? You studied here in like elementary, I mean.
Yes, I'm a product of a public school elementary here in Isulan.
Yeah, this is what I want to ask. So parang ano nga ba sa ngayon yung estado ng, let's say, education? I mean, it may be a bit hard to answer this, pero maybe ayun nga, yung mga ibang schools may kakulangan sa mga kagamitan, or something like that. Sige, can you give it should come from you.
Based on observation, kasi yun nga po, I was fortunate enough to study in both public and private schools, no. Public schools, especially in the provinces, talagang saludo ako sa teachers kasi magagaling talaga yung teachers natin in public schools, especially in the provinces, no. And yun nga, the problem lang talaga is the resources. Actually, meron din namang mga schools who have their own laboratories, no. Pero there are some problems kasi with the maintenance. And then nagagamit yung mga kagamitan. Oo. So I wouldn't call it nakakulangan, but based on observation, yun lang, underutilized yung mga resources din, or either hindi nga nabigyan or underutilized yung mga resources.
And by the way, so bakit pala kayo nag-focus sa science at a grade 4 to grade 6?
Yes, kasi si Ma'am Winnie is a science teacher.
Okay.
And nung original kasi, sir, yun din yung yung parang nakita namin na, well, based on the studies also, yung sa PISA results.
Yes, actually.
Yes, si math, science.
That's where we need
English
to go up.
Oo. So, kaya nag-decide kami na mag-start din doon sa science. And typically kasi ganun din yung mga learning opportunities na concentrated in Metro, yun din yung si Mind Museum, even si Science Centrum, diba? Yun din. So, we were thinking na baka pwede rin ma-experience sa mga provinces yung science through the things that we do.
Speaking of the schools and the digital access, kasi parang you're introducing use of digital tools kamusta naman yung pagkakaroon nila, let's say, ng mga mobile phones or smartphones even, or even TV, parang mga smart TV? Kasi for example, parang ang ganda rin na yun nga, yung mga nakikita sa Mind Museum or mga science museums, madala nga dito. So, even not take yung buo, pero parang may counterpart na science museums dito sa mga well, not dito sa SKSU, sa like sa ibang kumbaga sa public schools, no? So, may mga gamit ba for that, or what are
I think right now DepEd is really doing its best to provide the resources. In fact, recently lang may mga rollout sila ng mga smart TVs, no?
Yes.
And the teachers get to receive also laptops para magkaroon ng mga smart classrooms, ganun. So I think DepEd is doing a great job pagdating sa ganon, sa efforts nila. Yung sa amin lang, actually yung program natin is really anchored on DepEd's study also ng pandemic, na kung ano yung mga resources na readily available sa mga bata. Kaya as much as possible, based kasi sa results, yung gadget na nandyan na is mobile phone talaga, no? Kaya if you ask us if yung program ba namin may AI component na ba, our immediate answer talaga is wala pa. Because the way we see it right now, hindi pa ready din yung market natin or yung users natin ng AI. And yun nga, according din sa experts, no, na medyo many years behind tayo. Kaya right now, context-based tayo.
True.
Since
Very
cellphone yung nandun, yung program natin is designed na maging cellphone-friendly. Kaya ina-access nila to their mobile devices.
That's very true. I mean, mag-AI kagad tayo, science nga natin, basic science natin, fundamental science natin, kailangan pang humabol, diba? So, but that's also very nice, na parang proper utility din ng mga resources na meron. And kung maximize yung utility nila, para ma-maximize yung learning ng mga students. And speaking of that, siguro, and just to give a better picture lang din on how this really works. So, paano nga ba talaga nag-work? Let's say, so do you partner up with a public school and then parang you talk with the teachers, you implement with them. So parang how does it happen really?
Yes, so first talaga is we talk to the leaders, the leadership
ng school,
ng DepEd.
Ng DepEd.
Yes,
okay.
so right now we have a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Education Region 12. So since 2022 ito yung MOA natin with them. and we co-identify with them kung ano yung mga recipient na schools, no?
In the whole Region 12.
Yes. So right now, in the pipeline, we have around 60 schools
Oh.
na na-identify.
Can we give a context lang muna ang Region 12? Di ba Region 12 is Sox Sargent? So can you ano lang muna? Sino ba si Region 12? At ano yung mga
Yes.
schools? Asan ba yung mga schools dito?
Alright, so si Region 12 is known as Soc-Sargent Region. So there's South Cotabato, Cotabato Province, Sultan Kudarat, Sarangani, General Santos City, no? And si Kidapawan City is included na siya sa Cotabato Province. Then we also have Coronadal City, which is part of South Cotabato, and of course Tacogong City, which is part of Sultan
Parang mga
Kudarat.
chartered city kasi itong mga to, ano. So,
Hindi ko alam kung tama yung term, pero parang gano'n. No?
parang ang
Chartered city,
equivalent niya sa Luzon, si Tagaytay ata. Si Tagaytay was part of Cavite, pero parang since may stand-alone na siya na city. Parang I think ganun din yata dito, no?
Siguro.
Parang, I'm not
Hindi
sure.
na ako sure talaga.
Correct us if we're
Oo.
wrong. But anyway,
Oo.
sige, go ahead.
Oo. So, yun siya. And we have identified schools all over the region to implement the program since 2022. Right now, yung base sa listahan, meron tayong around 60. Then, kasi hindi naman talaga lahat yon immediately makakapag-adapt nung tinatawag natin digital transformation. So, out of the 60, meron tayong 40 na active. And in fact, just recently, nung February lang, in partnership also with DepEd Region 12, we were able to award 13 outstanding schools. Kasi at the end of the school year, they were able to produce at least 80% na completion rate sa kanilang school. In fact, yung iba, 100% completion rate pa, no, yung mga bata. Kaya very happy kami with their accomplishments. So we awarded also the schools, the coordinators, the teachers, yun, and also virtual din yung awarding ceremony natin last February with them.
Meron bang part sa Region 12 na parang mas andun yung mga schools na like kailangan nyo nga i-focus? I'm just wondering kasi Region 12 is also kind of big eh. Siguro just to give a picture sa mga nakikinig. So si Region 12 yung parang nasa south siya ng Mindanao, no?
South Central.
South Central. Tapos nag-border sa kanya si Davao sa east, no? Parang Davao
Yes.
region sa east. Sa north, well, pag nag-north ka, Central Mindanao, sila Bukidnon. And then sa west, I think is Barm, no?
Zamboanga.
Zamboanga and si Bangsamoro, no? So, parang, and then si Region 12, so, kasi actually going here sa Sultan Kudarat, nag-van ako from Cagayan de Oro.
Wow.
So, grabe na land tour ko yung Mindanao. Well, parang hindi yung Zamboanga side, from north to south, So, actually, nakita ko yung buong kahabaan from Cagayan de Oro, Bukidnon, pasok ng Cotabato, dadaan pa yan ng, may madadaanan sa Bangsamoro, and then Sultan Kudarat, And then, pag bumaba ka pa, sila Lebak, parang sa shore na yan, sa beach side na, sila
Yes,
Lebak, tapos
coastal.
sila, yung Sarangani rin yun, di ba, pag sa south pa. So, I just want to ask, kasi ang cities nito, nasa gitna parang ito sila
Yes.
Coronadal, sila Tacurong. So, tama ba yung thinking ko na, or baka mali ako, na parang medyo, paluyo ka sa cities, mas maraming public schools na kailangan focusan?
In that case, we would call, siguro yung gusto mong malaman, yung mga last mile schools ba?
Medyo parang ganun.
Si last mile schools kasi hindi pa sila yung target audience natin ng program,
okay.
no? In fact, we also receive these kinds of questions. Actually, yung program kasi natin is designed for students who are already restless, competitive, eager for more, open to innovations. So, for now, we primarily target talaga yung mga central schools, mga pilot schools.
Yes.
Kasi, nandun yung mga audience natin na magagaling na sila, but they crave for more.
Yes,
no?
gets.
Kaya, sa kanila natin ito ini-introduce.
Tsaka kasi, they already see ano yung more pa, So, mas may, mas may motivation. Kulang lang sa resources.
Parang ganito siya, sir. Rooted din kasi siya from my own personal experience. Now, when I was still in elementary, kasi competitive ako and contesero ako nung elementary. Yung school kasi namin, they always push us and they mentor us to join in many competitions. Especially kakatapos lang yung National Schools Press Conference, and yung National Festival of Talents. So, sanay ako mag-compete. So, nakikita ko sa TV yung mga commercial ni Kumon, ni Milo, Summer Olympics, mga ganun. So, I would often ask my parents na, "Ma, paano sumali sa ganyan-ganyan?"
Oh, wow.
And then the usual response that I get is, "Wala yan dito." No? Sa Davao lang yan, sa Manila lang yan, no? So hindi ka pwedeng sumali diyan. Oo. Kaya ako, parang din ako siya na frustration since childhood. Kaya nung nasa college na ako, parang naging passion project ko siya. Na paano kaya kung may mga bata rin kagaya sa akin na gusto pa sanang ganito gawin pero walang opportunity.
Marami. Alam mo, habang nagkukwento ka, nag-goosebumps ako kasi I know, napakaraming ganyan. I mean, nalulungkot nga ako na napakarami yung mga kontesero, yung mga competitive. Pero, yun nga, they ask their parents, paano ba ganyan? But sasabihin lang na walang opportunity dito kasi andito tayo sa province. Pero, pag nakikita ko yung mga ganong bata, nalulungkot ako pero ginaganahan din ako Kasi I guess yun yung parang main motivation mo rin for studentship, seeing this, you really want to give opportunities for them to be equal.
Siguro example ko lang din, no, parang winning moments natin is when we visit the schools. Kasi typically din kasi, yung mga contest na yan, yung nakakasali lang din is yung kumbaga mga honor students, di ba?
At star section.
Oo, star section. Kasi naalala ko noon, kaya ako gustong sumali at manalo kasi yung division level, yung host for example si Tacloban City, so magta-travel sa Tacloban. Pag regional naman si Jensen, so travel sa Jensen. Pag nanalo ka pa hanggang national, pupunta ka ng Aklan, mga, di ba? So yun yung opportunity to travel. So now, what we do is when we visit the schools, many more learners who are not just from the star section can participate and even compete dun sa mga magagaling. Nung may isa nga kaming school, sir, na kasi may mga group activities tayo and nagko-compete sila against one another. Yung kanilang, kasi di ba parang may mga magbabarkadang boys na usually hindi naman ganun ka-focus sa academics, di ba? And makulit sa klase, magulo, ganun. Na-amuse kami kasi nung nag-awarding na kami when we computed their grades or scores, yung champion namin na grupo is yung mga boys, no? And sobrang tuwang-tuwa sila and even their classmates were very supportive of them kasi parang sa wakas nagkaroon kayo ng opportunity to shine and to show everybody na hindi lang kayo basta-basta magugulo, magagaling din kayo. Ganun. Kaya sa mga opportunities like this natin, nabibigyan sila ng mga ganung moments.
Gets ko rin sinabi mong restless. Kasi actually itong mga estudyanteng itong mga batang ito, they have a lot of energy, they have a lot of talents. Wala lang maybe avenue. Parang kulang lang ng avenues where they can shine.
Exactly.
And when they find this additional places where they can actually shine, actually mas motivate sila even when they grow older. And when you said nga yung mga about sa regionals, ganyan. Kasi when I'm from Manila kasi, and I guess malaki-laki audience ng podcast is from Manila. Pero ang laking bagay actually ng mga yan when you go to outside Metro Manila, na yung mga government-led na mga regional competitions.
Yes.
Ang laking, yung parang may sports, then may mga academics. Ang napakalaking bagay niyan for people like you, but
yeah, actually nga here din we also want na i-bridge din yung robotics. Oo. In fact, we started noong 2019. Kaya lang na-realize namin ang mahal. Mahal siya, tsaka kapag nawalan ka ng isang part, kailangan mong bilhin ng buo lahat ng parts, no? So mahirap yung maintenance ng robotics.
Okay.
Kaya isa din 'yon sa mga maganda sanang i-bridge din yung dito sa kasi many students would have been interested sa robotics.
Maganda science, tech, robotics, But naalala ko lang, may PSI, Philippine Science Region 12.
Yes.
Saan ba ang PSI sa
nasa Coronadal City?
Coronadal City.
Yes.
But sama pwede magkaroon ng parang infusion din na maybe interaction with the kasi science curriculum in Philippine Science High Schools So and they have, I guess, resources, so baka pwede mag-field trip or share interactions with the schools, no? Anyway, sharing lang kasi.
Pwede siguro. Actually, we are not actively marketing or kumbaga announcing na yung program natin is also a way to help our students na makapag-review para sa PSI entrance exam.
Okay. Sabagay grade 4 to 6, no?
Oo.
Sakto pala, eh.
Pero we receive feedback from the teachers, especially may partner school kami na si Kabakan Pilot Central School. Yung coordinator nila, when he was awarded, he shared na through our program, their school has been recognized and awarded in this particular na parang event, and also they could attribute somehow the number of passers nung kanilang sa
Exactly.
PSI on that year sa program din natin.
Amazing. Ang galing. Kasi yun yung pinaka-measure dito ng
Oo.
success ninyo somehow, eh, no? Nung napataas niyo yung science literacy rate, yung parang science exam scores, ano? And yun nga, magandang measure yun, yung passing
Oo.
rate
Oo.
sa Philippine Science.
Oo. Actually, hindi namin talaga siya mina-market ng gano'n. Kasi yun nga, the goal really is to simply assist the schools in helping their students to become better. Pero we receive this feedback, and then we're really happy, and we appreciate also na nagagamit talaga ng teachers toward that goal also. And pwede rin kasi siya na maging review material, eh. Kasi
Yes.
some students also could not afford review or tutorial centers para in preparation for PSI. So we also tell the teachers na gamitin po ninyo ito na program. Kasi kompleto siya, sir. When we proposed this program to DepEd, it was originally the studentship curriculum. But DepEd told us na we will only accept your program to be implemented in schools if this is also anchored on the MELC. MELC pa yun that time. Most essential learning competencies. And now, nag-evolve na siya into matatag.
Matatag, yes,
Oo.
yes.
So, kaya yung program natin ngayon is, kaya sabi, okay, sige, we will revise. No? Kaya yung program natin is a combination of MELC/matatag and studentship curriculum. Kaya yung usual responses na ginagawa ng mga the teachers get from their learners when they attend the class is, "Sir, alam na namin yan. Excited kami to engage today kasi parang na-encounter na namin sa YSEP. Pero sir, may mga parts doon na medyo mahirap." No? Doon na yung pumapasok yung parang secretly, parang yun yung parang in preparation for a much harder curriculum. No? So nakikita ng teachers kung saang area sila na okay na to kasi na-master nila. Dito lang tayo mag-focus. So, in a way also, mas napapadali yung work ng mga teachers natin.
Grabe, super interesting nga. Kasi makikita mo dito yung tsaka nag-a-adapt talaga kayo. So, kung ano yung nangyayari on the ground sa mga schools dito sa Region 12.
What's good about DepEd Region 12 and the divisions and the schools are they're really supportive and cooperative. So, we co-design. Kaya, since 2022, marami kaming iterations in partnership with the teachers and the parents. So, whenever we receive feedback, inaayos namin. May implement kami na mga bagong features. And right now, yun lang, yung isa sa mga major talaga namin na problem is sa dami ng students. Kasi right now, we accommodate 6,000. No? And mahal kasi yung cloud server. Of course, I'm sure you would understand. Mahal yung cloud na server. So, minsan, nagka-crash yung system. So, nafu-frustrate yung mga learners and yung parents also. And kaya ngayon, what we're doing right now is we're working with the OST. And hopefully, parang positive naman, they're helping us out na ma-upgrade yung server na para maka-accommodate siya ng...
Or sa DICT, no? Or
DICT also is a close partner. Pero right now, si DOST kasi may automatic na ready na program to accommodate that particular need.
Okay.
Kaya we're currently working with them. Na-mention ko na lang din yung parent. Share ko na lang din. Kasi sometimes you also receive feedback na hindi din kasi 'di ba lahat ng parents nakapag-aral, no? Sobrang na-amaze kami kasi schools would report to us na hindi lang yung learner yung natututo, kundi yung parent din. Kasi minsan kasi sabay sila nag-aaral eh. So the parents appreciate na, "Ma'am, ganito pala yung solid, yung liquid, yung gas, ganito ganyan." So tapos yung mga pag nagluluto daw sila, importante daw pala yung mga labels sa medicines, ganun. Kasi
expiry.
Yes, mga ganun. Kasi may lesson din kasi dun sa curriculum eh. So even them as parents, although they already understand na talagang importante yun, pero mas nare-reinforce pa. And they help educate their children. Now ito, malatayon ito ha, so hindi ito pwede hawakan. So ganun. And many other na mga science concepts na kung before ganito yung turo sa kanila sa school, ngayon na-updated na sila. Kaya sabi nga nila, baka pwede pati yung parents bigyan ng certificate of completion. Kasi pati sila nag-quiz din, kasi may quiz, na-enjoy yung parents also.
Oh, that's nice. Pero ano yun nag-start din, I guess, yung mga bata, nagpa-review sa mga magulang nila.
Yes,
Then,
oo.
ang nangyayari, yung mga magulang ay naaaral na nga rin.
Ganon.
At parang it's also libangan din, I guess, for them na para hindi at least hindi kung ano-ano pinapanood, 'di ba? Na hindi at saka hindi mga chismis ganyan.
Yes.
May matututunan pang ano.
Also we acknowledge that there is also danger in online, 'di ba? What's good our program is pwedeng i-download offline. So we encourage talaga whenever we have our orientation with the teachers and parents na i-download lang po ninyo yung contents and yung activities, and after ma-download, patayin nyo na yung internet at yung wifi.
Bakit? Why? What's the problem with online?
Kasi 'di ba, may mga prone kasi sila to dangers ng mga ma-access nila online,
Okay,
'di ba?
okay.
We also receive reports na ganun. Kaya actually we were talking also with Step Up PBI na parang we are thinking of developing also a new program na digital citizenship siya. That will help our learners to be more informed, more educated on internet safety, how to be responsible online, ganun. Kasi yun din yung isa din sa mga parang kakulangan na walang ganung mga programs for the learner. So even the schools tell us na baka pwede yung lagyan ng konting bago mag-start yung YSEP, baka meron pwedeng online safety na program na maliit lang, mini program for them. Kasi parang minsan kasi because they use nga the cellphone, 'di ba? So they could access even sa Facebook, sa TikTok, may mga na-access silang hindi maganda.
Yeah.
Oo.
Okay.
So yung sa amin, sabi namin para ma-monitor ng maayos ng parents, download lang our program, the app and the program and the contents, then patayin na after.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of that, so ang implementation nito mismo is it's a mobile app.
Yes.
So mobile app siya, the-download, and then pwede mo nang i-access yun offline. The-download lahat ng content.
Yes.
Ganun. And then, paano pa nag-work yung app?
LMS siya, Learning Management System.
Nakasabay, naka-adapt na nga rin to sa curriculum nung bata na, nung sa DepEd, matatag So parang, ano rin siya, yung parang, tawag dito, yung may numbers na lesson 1, lesson 2, ganun siya.
Naka-pattern na siya even sa calendar ni DepEd.
Yes.
So kung week 1 ganito yung klase nila, yung lesson 1 ganun din sa atin.
So lesson 1, and then parang may content na ito yung resources, ito yung videos, ito yung and then ito yung quiz. Ganun.
Kasi may 4 quarters, 'di ba? They always start with a quarter pre-test. No. Then after the quarter pre-test, they proceed to lesson 1, which will start also with a lesson 1 pre-test. Tapos mayroong introductory video, and then which talks to them what they are gonna learn. Then after that, mayroong lesson video, nandun na yung lesson talaga, and then after that, mayroong formative assessment for them to practice. Then after the formative assessment, mayroong forum discussion, tsaka mayroong post-test. Then they also have their self-evaluation at naka-anchor din siya dun sa objectives na, for example, I can identify the 3 phases of matter.
Objective, ang tawag dyan, yung objective, or ang tawag dito, yung parang outcomes-based education, na parang naka-bullet point yung bawat outcomes that you will get to learn and do actually after you take the lesson.
Yes. Tapos sila yung bahala mag-rate sa sarili nila kung confident, not sure, or not confident. So based on that also, kasi may graph. So nakikita ng teacher, ilang students yung nag-declare na not confident here. So ito yung kailangan kong i-focus.
Yes. Actually, ang daming data na pwede makuha dyan with those pre-tests and yung mga self-evaluation. You can pinpoint like yun nga, the areas for improvement of each place, 'di ba? Ganyan, baka may makita pa mga trends diyan.
Yes.
So
right now, we have one partner school, si HN Cahilsot Central School 1 from General Santos City Division. Yung program natin, yung parang pinasok nila as research doon sa kay DepEd, which is si DepEd naman was gracious enough to fund. No, so right now, kakasend lang din namin yung data sa kanila. Yung research nila is yun, ipinag-aaralan nila yung effects nung YSEP dun sa mga students nila.
And by the way pala, so ang pag-apply nito is sa school mismo. So a school you will have a MOA with the school, no? Agreement with the school, and then the school will ibig sabihin yung buong school yung gagamit na nung studentship app and nung yung parang enhanced curriculum, right?
Yes, we typically provide 250 slots per school. With the understanding na yung top 2 to 3 sections nila, yung per grade level, from grade 4 to 6 yung sasali. But whenever we receive requests from schools kung pwede pang dagdagan, dinadagdagan din namin.
So you talk to schools mismo? Or through DepEd din ito? Or
Yes.
you really go to schools,
We
you talk to
go
the
to
principal?
schools.
Ganun?
Yes.
Tapos when they agree to implement it, sila na yung parang flow down sa mga teachers, ganun.
We talk to DepEd, and then we also talk to the coordinators ng schools.
Oh.
Then we talk to the principals, we talk to the teachers,
Mm.
and even the parents.
Even the parents.
We have info materials and orientation materials na talagang addressed to the parents, addressed to the teachers.
Ang galing
Ganun.
actually, I'm amazed with this Dami
Thank
ko tanong
you,
kasi
thank you.
I'm really, tsaka, well, I'm a teacher din so,
Mm-mm.
although sa college ako, no? Pero, I can see the importance of education So, grabe ang galing ng ginagawa ninyo.
Thank you po.
And by the way, so, just to parang clear it out, na parang, ang pinaka-contribution nyo dito talaga is yung enhanced na curriculum tsaka digital, right?
Yes.
Parang yun
Digital
yun basically.
transformation.
Digital transformation.
Also in line with the 21st century learning,
Ayun,
to help our learners thrive in a digital world.
So actually nakakatulong kayo sa DepEd nito ng malaki And of course ang
Sana
end
po.
is yung I think kasi kumbaga matter din naman ng DepEd to pataasin yung mga education levels, 'di ba? And pero syempre pinakadulo nito is you help yung mga bata, yung mga
Yes.
parents and yung mga parents nga din. Pero just one question
Mm-mm.
kasi you're a startup and you have to have a business model on how this
Yes.
works. So paano nga ba nag-work ito as a business?
Okay. Yung business model po natin is freemium.
Oh.
So, the two components of the blended learning program, which are digital and hands-on, so digital is offered for free. And we do not require them to avail the premium version. We simply ask, gusto nyo ba? No? And when the parents collectively decide na oo, so that's when we talk to them, partner with them, sign MOA with them.
With the parent mismo?
Yes. Parents consent and sometimes MOA din. No?
As in individual, ang dami niyan.
No, PTA.
Through PTA. Okay.
So, in fact, there's also PTA resolution adapting.
Oh,
na,
wow.
ganun, oo.
That's nice.
Kasi
Okay.
we want to go through the official channels din
Yes.
Kaya, and we want also the partners, the parents to be partners and to be more engaged and involved. So, ganun. Typically, the parents' consent forms will do. But sometimes, kapag medyo strong talaga yung partnership with the school, may mga bonggang-bonggang formal programs with the parents.
Okay, ang galing actually.
So, they invite us also to speak to the parents. Tapos may mga parents din na nag-speak din. So, yun, we always talagang we are excited to visit these schools kasi nakikita mo talaga yung appreciation from them na very happy sila and gracious na i-welcome kami.
Tsaka, very smart decision na yung to talk with the PTA mismo para at least group na yun ng mga parents.
Yes.
Yung payment dun. So, I mean, dadadag sa tuition ba yun? Ganun.
No.
Or the PTA will,
So, this is always not a course through the school.
Okay.
This is a transaction that is course through between the parent and the studentship. So, external siya.
Yes, gets.
So,
yes.
Hindi siya ganun sa na kasi we cannot charge the students so talagang yung parang in-enroll mo lang din yung anak mo sa tutorial center sa labas.
Yes, exactly.
Talagang naka-stipulate yon sa parents' consent form na this transaction is similar to that of availing an external service from an external provider.
Yes. So, ang rate ba niya is parang same sa tutorial center? Like yung price ng
mas mura sa atin.
Syempre.
So, we charge $395 per quarter.
Oh, mura-mura yun.
Then kapag ka-inavail
parang 100 per month, diba? Parang
pag inavail pa nga nila yung kasi four times kami nagbi-visit if quarterly. Pag biannually naman, pwedeng $690 na lang per So,
yes.
magle-less pa siya. So, in a year, mag-range lang siya from 1,380 to 1,580.
Mura yun actually. Ang mura nun.
That's also due to our social mission. Hindi mahirapan yung mga parents.
Balik tayo. You're actually a social enterprise.
Yes.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter. Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more. In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Symph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit symph.co today.
Protect your assets from bugs before bad hackers exploit them, and launch your products seamlessly with Secuna, your trusted partner in cybersecurity. Receive reports in real time and work with security experts to find bugs in your products before others do. Let's make your security our priority.
Running a business? Make it smarter with Red Circle Global. Streamline operations, boost productivity, and manage everything in one powerful ERP system. Book your free business demo today at redcircleglobal.com, guided by one of our top experts.
Ayun. And then, about your... Actually, I'm very curious now about you kasi grabe napapassionate ng iyong pagkatao at ng iyong ginagawa, ano. So, siguro, can we know lang a bit more about you, no? Since you're from Isolan nga, from Sultan Kudarat talaga, and then, but you studied also in Metro Manila, and then now you're back here. Bakit ito yung na-decide mong gawin? And parang, why did you start a startup or a business? Or, this is more of an innovation kasi, really, a social enterprise nga, ano. So, parang, bakit ito yung path that you decided to take, not maybe like being employed or something else? So, bakit andito ang iyong puso?
Oo. Naku, baka nanonood yung mama ko. Kasi yun nga, for typically kasi in the Philippines, diba, everybody is expected to take the usual path. And startup is parang an alien concept pa.
A very divergent path.
Oo. Even until now, kahit matagal na marami na akong nagagawa, kahit ngayon, hindi pa rin, sinasabi talaga ng mama ko na hindi niya naintindihan yung ginagawa ko. So, pinapa-explain niya sa akin ulit, no? So, unlimited times yan. And kaya sometimes sinasama ko siya pag may MOA signing ako. Ay, kasama siya. Ganun. Pinapakilala ko din siya sa mga taga-DepEd para mas maintindihan niya. But yeah, actually yun nga, as I mentioned earlier, it was rooted talaga from a personal frustration, personal childhood frustration na I wanted to join that. Actually, if you're familiar, yung Kumon na math program, I really enjoyed it kasi I was, pero high school ako nagsali. Third year high school ako when I joined. Pero, ako lang yung enrolled in Kumon from my town. And then yung Kumon back then was in Coronadal City. So I had to travel every Tuesday afternoon after class and Saturday papuntang Coronadal. That's 1 hour bus ride away. So pagdating ko sa Coronadal na center, ng Tuesday ng hapon, pagdating ko, magko-close na. No? So, hindi ko siya natapos, although I enjoyed it. Kaya, doon nag-originate yung frustration na because of the distance, yung learning opportunity, hindi ko na-enjoy. So, when I proceeded in high school, in college, I had the fortunate opportunity na ma-enroll in a design and innovation class when I was still in Ateneo. Doon nag-start na yung first module namin was parang identifying kung sino yung group of people that you would like to serve.
Yes.
So, sa innovation process, diba? So, we started with ideation. So, inspiration. So, yung inspiration na stage was I identified the group of people that I could automatically relate with, which is the students. No? So, doon nagsimula yung So, the final output there was the vision the vision statement of the startup, pero wala pa doon yung how, no? Parang, yes, I want to bridge the learning opportunities, pero how, hindi ko pa alam that
But that's
time.
good because you should start with the problem.
Yes.
Then comes the solution.
So, after that naman, I was fortunate to study in UP OpenU, no? Doon ko na mas nagkaroon ng in-depth understanding of the distance learning,
What did you take sa UPOU?
education studies.
Education studies.
Then, education technology, no? So, doon ko na, actually, doon yun, kaya ako din na-meet si Ma'am Winona Diola because of that. So, nag-usap kami and yung mga best practices. So, sabi ko, the inspiration was to bridge learning opportunities. The why is na-identify na. And the how, ito na pala yun, yung distance learning and edtech. So, kaya, yun na yung ginagawa natin ngayon. Oo.
When you started it, kasi ito ngayon yung malaking katanungan, hindi naman madali mag-start, diba, ng company or ng startup or ng innovation. So, hindi ka ba natakot or hindi ka ba nag-alala or parang go lang, gagawin ko to, ganun. Ano ba yung parang mga first steps mo na ginawa when you did this?
Ako kasi, talagang matatakotin ako kaya dapat mayroong business plan. Nakaplanado talaga lahat before. And yun din, kaya hindi din ako nahirapan because parang ito na kasi yung parang naging capstone project ko. No? So, when I graduated, I simply
sa
had...
UPOU?
So, parang, yun nga, we started from Ateneo, then UPOU.
Yes.
Kasi kinontinue ko siya talaga.
Pero I mean, this is already a project when you were studying.
Yes, class project siya. Parang in-integrate ko na doon. Kasi yung goal talaga was after that, i-implement siya. So, yun, after graduation, in-implement ko na siya agad doon sa Isulan. Actually, before, hindi pa ganito yun. What happened before was meron lang kaming learning center which was a learning commons concept, no? Tapos may mga computers kami, may mga resources, and then the curriculum was designed by Ma'am Winnie in Manila. And then, hindi pa uso noon ang Google Meet at saka Zoom sa pag-aaral. Pero kasi pre-pandemic pa to 2019. Pero kami, nag-Zoom na kami at nag-Google Meet yung students namin na grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6. Kasi si Ma'am Winnie yung tuturo from Manila.
Remote distance learning.
Yes. Tapos after that, meron kami mga workshops na ini-implement sa kanila hands-on. And DepEd also recognized us back then. And even their teachers, pinapunta nila sa amin para daw ma-experience doon yung teachers, yung ginagawa ng mga bata. Doon nag-start yung relationship namin with DepEd. So, yun siya. Kaya, the reception kasi of the audience back then was really good. Kaya rin siguro hindi ako na-discourage. No? And yun din, whenever I pitch, we always tell them that when we implemented the pilot version of this program, 90% of our paying participants are public school students. So doon mo makikita kasi
yung value kasi they're willing to pay talaga even if I mean even if they're from public schools.
Yes.
Diba?
Actually, in many pitches that I've had, yung first talaga is, kasi usually yung panel is from NCR, diba? Mataas yung kilay talaga nung panel na yung product market fit mo mali. Kasi why would you sell to public school students? Ganon, diba?
Kasi sabi ko kanina na I'm from NCR kasi I'm from Manila. Pero it's a different understanding actually.
Yeah. So ako naman, I understand, no? Kaya sinasabi ko sa panel palagi, sabi ko na I understand where your concerns are coming from kasi based on your observations here, no, you would typically sell this product to students of Ateneo, Lasal, ganon. But the realities kasi in the province are different from NCR. So many competitive learners are actually enrolled in the public schools, and many great teachers are teaching in public schools. So, we need to give them the resources. And then, I'm sure, and yun nga, based on, kasi dapat database tayo, based on our pilot, 90% of our participants are public schools. So, they are, kaya, when the panel hear this naman, yun, nagkaroon sila ng, parang nag-open na din yung minds nila. And back then, talagang na-appreciate ko din because the DOST NCR regional director back then, in-affirm niya yung argument ko dun sa mga co-panel members. And actually, what Ton is saying is true. He was assigned daw before here in Lebac, no? he can vouch daw na for the public school students na at saka parents na kung merong learning opportunity, parents are really supportive,
Yes.
no? So nag-aantay lang yan ng opportunity. Kaya when after the pitch, we were fortunate enough to be selected also by Miriam to be granted by a $500,000 equity-free grant.
Yun pala ang kwento. Kaya ka napunta sa
So,
MCTBI.
yun yung ginamit namin. No? Thank you po ulit to MCTBI. Actually, the funding was from Accenture. And,
yes, I remember that. Yeah.
oo. Tapos, DOST NCR also gave us another 150,000. So, yung fund na yun yung ginamit namin para i-develop yung system, yung program, yung content. And nung natapos na, so yun in-implement namin.
Yun pala ang story. Actually, ang takeaway ko dito, well, first of all, you just took the first step, and then you were trying to address a problem, and then you just responded to what your market or your, well, not a market really, but your like kumbaga the beneficiaries. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. You respond on what they need and on what they can give you in return. Kasi yun nga, parang that's true din na iba, like in outside NCR, outside Metro Manila lalo na, malakas ang mga government dito ng mga ng public schools for example. And iba talaga ang perception, kumbaga iba ang how money or how value is seen here. So napakalaking discovery actually for a startup, for an innovation, to find out na public school students, public school parents are actually willing to pay for enhanced learning.
Yes.
That's actually a very big value that you found out. I think yun naman ang ginagawa ng mga startups talagang nagdi-discover ng mga value, and now you have that opportunity to do this here in Sudan Kudarat. But I have a question. Do you have a team now, like co-founders? Ganun.
Yeah, so our team is composed of contributors from all over the country. Kasi nga, when we met earlier, I shared to you na yung network ko originally, kasi nga I studied in Manila, so yung network ko is NCR. But right now, because of the kindness of Doc Sheila and Step Up TBI, we were introduced also as a startup based here na dito rin sa consortium ng Region 12. So yung team natin is we have of course we have admin staff, we have IT specialists, we have multimedia specialists.
For developing the app din, no?
Yes. And actually more on kami developing the learning content.
Yes.
So we have in-house na gumagawa ng mga lesson videos. Tapos so our process kasi, and we have also teachers. The teachers actually are from LaSalle, so under the leadership of Ma'am Winnie. So meron siyang team of teachers who develop the contents, and my quality assurance mechanism din kami. And then we transfer it to our multimedia specialist. Tapos after the multimedia specialist, we transfer it to the technology team hanggang sa deployment and marketing. Ganun siya.
Ang galing, grabe. So that's how it works. And by the way, so you were incubated in MCTBI, but you're from here nga. Then nung bumalik ka dito, that's a question. Paano ka nakakontak with Step Up TBI with Ma'am Sheila?
Yes. Actually, nandito na talaga kami. Even under the incubation with MCTBI kasi pandemic yun.
Okay.
So they opened their reach all over the country. So I enrolled, And this was September 2021. And then the incubation program ended in February 2022. Wherein we were awarded with a grant. Pero with the generosity also of MCTBI, in-enroll nila ulit kami with their extended residency program. Kaya medyo close din yung relationship natin with them. Even until now. Nagpo-provide ako ng update sa kanila.
Okay.
So, I was told talaga by Ma'am Indo na, si Region 12, they're also starting their own TBIs now. Kasi medyo Doc Shay, ano nga po ulit, kailan nga po kayo nag-start ng TBI?
2023, February.
So, kasi ako before, kaya ko rin nahanap si MCTBI kasi I was already familiar with yung mga startups abroad and yung mga narinig ko sa mga hackathon. So, talagang interested ako. But back then, wala pa dito. No, ma'am, no? So, yun sabi ni MCTBI, kasi they're part of the group that mentors, tama po, ng mga new na mga TBIs. So, I should introduce them myself. I should do a courtesy visit. Oo. So, yun yung utos sa akin ni Ma'am Indo. Then,
That's good.
oo. Pero hindi pa kami nagka-opportunity agad until sila Doc System of TBI reached out to us. Or I reached out, no, na i-invite sila pala sa virtual awarding namin with DepEd.
Oh.
And then they responded and did not start yung relationship. So we visited also here, ganun. And was also invited to be part of the consortium. Kaya yun yung promise ko kay Doc na we'll be one of the very active startups in helping na ma-build yung ecosystem din dito sa software
So, si consortium pala, si CCADSOX,
Yes.
basically consortium ng startups, incubators,
Right now, hindi pa na startups kasi wala pa masyado.
tapos
no?
mga
Puro lang, government agencies,
government agencies.
and incubators. no?
Okay.
Oo.
Promotions,
Ah.
yes.
Kasi early stage pa, wala pang yung parang full-fledged na startup, no? Tapos kasi kami, although parang full-fledged, hindi kasi kami incubated here. Hybrid kami, ganun. So hindi pa siya parang, I'm not sure, ano ba yung yung
As long as
official,
you're working together naman and you're getting what you want, what you need,
Yes.
yun na rin yun eh.
Oo. So yun, looking forward din kasi right now we're closely working with them. We were invited in their programs also and we're really glad and happy. Oo.
Ayun. Actually, alam mo ba na mag-1 hour na ang ating conversation?
Hala.
Maraming salamat sa
Nag-overtime na.
Hindi, it's okay. Kasi ako rin, ang dami ko pang gustong tanongin eh. Kasi this is very interesting for me and grabe, ang ganda ng mga inyong ginagawa and thank you din sa pag-share ng mga inyong ginagawa and really how it happened, how it started, and how it really works.
Introducing Aim High. Smarter construction management starts here. Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools. Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with Aim High.
Last question na lang, siguro, Ton, future for studentship. So, ano yung parang next steps nyo? Do you plan to go out of Region 12 maybe? Or maybe right now, Region 12 muna, pero more schools, parang more parents to work with. So, ano ba yung roadmap, kumbaga, maybe 3 to 5 years?
Okay. Pitching session ba ito?
Teaching.
Kasi
Baka pala, are you looking for investors pa ganyan or hindi naman masyado or...
in the near future, yes. But right now, we are bootstrapping.
Okay.
Kasi right now, we are being supported by government agencies.
Yes,
with, Miriam also.
mga grants, no?
Oo. And sabi ko nga sa, di ba, contesero ako. So, may mga, like,
Are you active pa sa mga pitching competition ngayon? Are you...
Not anymore, pero most of the bootstrapping that we did galing sa mga napapadala namin. So, ngayon kasi parang medyo okay na yung sa operations na we can sustain our humble operations.
Wow, that's nice.
Pero hindi pa siya talaga ganun So, we were also awarded by BPIC-NAG na Social Entrepreneurship Challenge. So, yung inipon-ipon namin yung mga awards from there. So yun, roadmap, in the next 5 years, we plan to, sabi ko kanina, we plan to add one more program which focuses on digital citizenship, no? Helping our young learners and our teachers and parents to be more responsible online, to be safe online, no? And the focus in the next 2 to 3 years is Region 12. Kasi DepEd themselves told us kung pwedeng i-extend natin yung program to high school.
Yes, sabagay. Oo nga naman, no, K-12. Even, baka grade 1 to 3 din, ganun.
Siguro grade 3. Kasi
Grade
yung science kasi grade 3 nagsisimula.
sabagay.
Then, kasi yung mga students din namin, nagchat-chat. Yung mga high school na ngayon na, wala po bang WhatsApp dito sa school namin? Kasi na-miss daw nila.
Ay, grabe.
Ganon.
Ang ano nun, nakakataba ng puso yun.
Yes, exactly. Tapos si DepEd naman, parang, sabi kasi nila, the closest, at least for DepEd Region 12, no, the closest thing that they have right now to PISA assessment is si YSEP. No? So parang we want to work together to utilize this opportunity para mas ma-prepare yung learners natin for PISA na assessment, which is, I think the next one will be in 2028. So sabi ko, so tama lang po, yung graduates natin this year ng YSEP, by that time sila mag-PISA. Pero yun yung goal din is to include grade 7, graduate grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. So yun, we intend to expand to high school, to add more schools in the pipeline. And yun, pero right now kasi sir, yung focus namin is we want to have a higher completion rate. Kasi yung completion rate natin all over the region right now is out of the 6,000, last year we had 2,100 completers. So that's 33%. This year,
may completion nyo yung ano nyo, yung lesson plan nyo,
successfully,
yung content, yung lahat ng ano.
kasi minomonitor.
Pati yung quiz nyo.
Yes. When we say completion, natapos nila yung lahat ng post-test, including the quarter post-test, with at least 80 to 85%.
So parang graduation talaga. Okay.
So we award them, in fact, our awards is co-awarded by DepEd and Studentship.
Okay. Tatanungin pa naman sana kung paano may gamification ba dito. Hindi na pala kailangan kasi may award naman sila na as in from DepEd pa. No?
Yes. Well, even in the platform itself, gamified siya. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng mag-move sa next lesson kung hindi mo naabot yung yung kailangan mong maabot na score. So, yun. The goal is to focus muna with the schools that we have right now and to have siguro mga at least 90% completion rate and higher conversion rate also. Then later on, kasi yung gusto din namin mangyari is parang mentor system din siya. Na yung mga active schools natin ngayon, sila yung mag-recommend kung sinong schools.
Yes, hanggang mapasa-pasa sa mga yung malalayong mga schools.
Kasi pwede na rin na sila na rin yung mag-mentor at mag-train ng mga co-teachers.
Even yung mga dating nag-take ng mga students and parents.
So yun, and then the goal for the next 5 years is to reach 1,000 schools.
In Region 12 alone?
All over na.
All over.
In the next 3 years, the focus is Region 12.
Okay.
But we want na in 5 years time, we will have at least 1,000 schools.
Pero ang ganda nun, kunwari makita sa data ng Pilipinas, kinompare yung mga science aptitude ng mga regions. Biglang ang taas ng Region 12 dahil sa inyo.
Well, I don't think there is a way for us to claim
yes.
sa atin
causality,
talaga.
Yes.
Kasi,
but still.
Parang, but DepEd din kasi and the schools are also doing their best right now. Kaya, sa amin naman, as long as makatulong kami sa kanila, then we're already happy na ganun siya.
Ayun. Okay. Grabe. Napakaganda ng usapan na to. Thank you so much, Ton, Cristonia, for sharing all of this. Ako mismo kanina nag-goosebumps ako ngayon na-inspire ako
Salamat po.
Ang daming pwedeng gawin at ang dami pa nating magagawa for education nga in the Philippines. And yun nga kasi mga Pilipino, mga bata lalo na, hopeful very very persevering din we just need to give them the proper resources and put their talents where they can really hold it. So tulad nga ng kwento mo na really bigyan natin ng opportunities, pantay-pantay ang mga Pilipino. So anyway, if our listeners want to know more about you, studentship, so how can they contact you? Maybe you can lead them to the website or social media.
Yes, our brand name itself is already the contact site. So studentship.ph. Open na po niyo please. So that's easy way for us for you to reach us. And we have our official website. You can also reach us through our Facebook page. And if you have questions, feel free lang po to message us anytime and we'd be happy to respond.
Ayun. And also, follow si Studentship.
Yes, please follow.
So, please follow Studentship. And abangan nyo, baka nasa school nyo na or nasa region nyo na si
baka gusto
Studentship.
ninyong i-propose yung school ninyo. Kasi yun din, sir, pag sometimes some schools, when they hear about us, ayun din, kaya dumami na din yung nasa list is pag narinig ng school, nakita kami. So, nilalobby namin with them. And next year po, idagdag natin yung ganitong school. Ganun siya.
Ayun na yun. So, feel free to contact Cristoni and Studentship. So, thank you so much, Todd, for this conversation and salamat sa mga nakinig.
Yes, thank you so much for Startup Podcast PH. Thank you for the opportunity. And hello po sa listeners and viewers natin. Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you very much to our 59 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLex PH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Founders Launchpad, our ecosystem partner. Early stage accelerator providing venture capital funding, operational support, and mentorship. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. Agile Data Solutions, the Philippines' fastest growing market insights tech company with its data gathering platform, Hustle PH. Smile Checks, streamline hiring and onboarding with automated background checks. Cloud CFO, cloud accounting service provider for businesses ready to grow. Cloverly Tech, all-in-one digital platform for property developers. Body Beaties, accessible and personalized diabetes self-management application. HKB Digital Services, tech-based business tools including payroll, ticketing, and loyalty rewards. Hyperstocks, digital banking enabler for rural and thrift banks. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. SchoolTech, all-in-one AI integrated school and learning management system. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They have a referral program for people who can bring in new clients. You might know a Western-based business that needs better support. Britanna, enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits a small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design for emerging markets. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. DiviCode Technologies Incorporated, ID Solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Lablog, Sugbudok, JIA Engineering Solutions, Algacon Aquafeeds, 1ALJ, Grey Wolf Technologies Philippines, Pareto Consulting, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Pahatid PH, Wasteless PH, Tech Tribe, Yay, Uplift Code Camp, Board Prep, Dohey Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, CodeCham, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the links in the description.